Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another Minnesota Twins trade rumor video. This one is huge. Probably the biggest one of the year so far. Noah Syndergaard. And this one isn't just a rumor. This one actually might happen. There has been serious talks with the Twins and the Mets to get Noah Syndergaard to Minneapolis and be part of this team. Now, we're going to go through it. Is this the best idea for the Twins? Is this what they need? Who are they going to have to give up for it? There's a lot to go on in this video, so we're going to jump right into it, but this is huge. I know Noah Syndergaard is, somebody that I talked about, I think even last season, not necessarily on the videos, but I've been talking about trying to get Noah Syndergaard for years, and this could be it. I mean, there are serious talks between the two teams going on. So we're going to go through his stats right now. Again, maybe not the best this season, but he has been dominant the last 4 years, and he is definitely a guy who could help us out. So we know that Syndergaard is a good player, but does he fit as part of the team that Minnesota needs to put together for the postseason? Let's go through his stats, though, first. Came into the league in 2015, absolutely dominated. I mean, for a rookie, you would say he absolutely dominated. He finished 4th in Rookie of the Year. He didn't have any stat in particular that would blow you away, but he did have, a 9-7 record as a rookie, a 3.24 ERA. Still pitched 150 innings, gave up 126 hits, struck out 166 to 31 walks. Very, very good. That's incredible. I mean, I don't think anybody is, attacking that. That's his highest. That is his highest home run rate that he's given up. It was his lowest hit per 9 rate, but it was also his lowest WHIP. So there you go. His FIP was also very good at 3.25. So I mean, all of those stats, very, very, very good. Now let's go to his better seasons, right? That was besides 2017 when he was hurt. I mean, that was probably one of his worser seasons. I guess besides this past season, it hasn't really worked out for him. But he's on a struggling Mets team that has no offense, except for Pete Alonso. So I mean, that is statistically one of his worser seasons besides this season. So let's go to his All-Star season. 2016. Again, he was 22 years old when he started. 23. He is now 26, so very young still. But at 23 in 2016, he was an All-Star, part of the Cy Young race, part of the MVP race. Finished 8th in the Cy Young, 19th in the MVP voting. But look at his stats: 14-9 record. Again, the Mets have never been good, so his win-loss record is not something you should look at. But look at his ERA, 2.6. Very good. If you keep going over his innings, 183, 168 hits, 218 strikeouts to 43 walks. That is very good. That is 2 walks per 9. That's not bad at all. But the real numbers that you should look at here, his home runs per 9, 0.5. The best in the league that year. Also, the FIP, his fielding independent pitching, it basically, if you're not familiar with FIP, kind of takes out all the other factors of, your team, the ballpark you're playing in the league. He had a 2.29. That is incredible. That is absolutely incredible. And that was the best in 2016. Again, in 2017, he was hurt, so his numbers don't really matter there, but still had an ERA under 3 in his 7 starts. 2018 and 2019, he gets even better. Look at 2018. He had 13-4. He had an ERA of 3. He had 2 complete games, 1 shutout, 154 innings, 155 strikeouts to 39 walks. Again, his numbers across the board. He had his highest FIP of his career at 1.2. Are you kidding me? And then, of course, this season, again, has struggled a little bit because the Mets kind of suck. His ERA is up to 4.3, again, the highest of his career. But he has gotten no run support. The wins and losses have been all over the place. He does have a complete game shutout this season. But he's thrown 126 pitches, or 126 innings, rather. 124 hits, so still about a hit per inning. 126 strikeouts to 36 walks. Very, very good. His FIP is still 3.6, so that tells you, how it's adjusted for the ERA. 3.6 Again, the highest of his career, and that is still a very, very good number. And then, of course, the hits per 9 is a little bit up at 8, but that's still about his average. Home runs per 9 is 1. His strikeouts per 9 is 9. Like, are you kidding me? That's not bad at all. This is the only season in his entire career where he has had an ERA plus of under 100. 100 is average, but again, this is his worst season by far. It's not over yet, and he's on a struggling Mets team. So those numbers, they're just the beginning, I guess, but let's talk about why the Twins need him. The Twins would have Noah Syndergaard under contract for 3 years. That is incredible. That is absolutely incredible. The Mets signed him to a long-term deal. He said, okay, I'll take it. And now they're like, yeah, actually, let's get rid of you and look forward to the future. So we could get him under contract for 3 more years, 2019, 2020, 2021. And that is incredible because obviously we're setting up for the postseason this year. But if we can't get it done this year, we have all these pieces that are setting up for next year. We got Cruz that could come back next year. Yeah, we might not get Crone or Scope or, Castro back next year, but we've got players like Luis Arraez. We've got all 3 guys in the outfield that have just continued to get better. And if they could stay healthy, who knows what they could do. We've also got Sano, right? Sano's coming back. He's doing well. That's huge. And if we can't do it this year, let's set up for next year a little bit with some good pitching, with some good players that we can go get. Now, he fits into this scheme very well. I've told you guys we don't really need a starter necessarily, but there are a couple of players that we can push to the bullpen. Perez, he's done it before. He's gone to the bullpen. I think if we pick Syndergaard, obviously I think he becomes our ace, if not number 2. But, Barrios, Syndergaard, Gibson, Odorizzi, Pineda, that's incredible. That's a very good. That is a fantastic starting 5. That might be one of the best starting 5s in the entire league. But realistically, that's good. And we move another lefty to the bullpen. That's important. Of course, if you want to take Thorpe, Smeltzer, Rogers into the postseason, these 2 rookie guys as left-handed, relievers, if we don't go up and pick anybody else, that's fine. I mean, that's not fine, but that's an option. And then you put Perez in there. Now you've got 4 possible relievers as left-handed relievers. That's great. Again, I don't think this is the only trade we can make because Syndergaard is great. He's going to be under control for a while. He's a great pitcher. This is somebody that we could use. However, he's not going to save us. He's not going to win every single game that he pitches. It still relies on the bats. He's not going to be able to pitch every game in the postseason, so we still got to build the rest of our team, and we still got to get some relievers. But this could definitely help, move another lefty to the bullpen, still get Rogers, mix some things around. It would work. Now, what do we have to give up for him? The Mets say they want our top prospects. This is the biggest part of the video. They want Kirilloff or Royce Lewis, and that is a little bit scary because, these 2 guys are guys that we could use the next couple of years. We've got, if you want to look at who would fit where, Royce Lewis is a shortstop or second baseman. Okay, so we get rid of Scope in the next couple of years. If he doesn't come back next year or whatever, Royce Lewis is the guy to fill that spot. However, you look at Alex Kirilloff, and this guy, yes, he's really good, right? Nobody's going to deny that, but do we have space for him? He was an outfielder. We've got a good outfield. They're all young. It doesn't look like he's going to have a spot out there. So they tried to train him to play first base a little bit more. Yes, that's an option, right? But here's the big but that comes with it. If we sign Crone to a long-term deal, okay, that deal's off. If he leaves after next year, we sign him to another couple of years, where is Kirilloff going to go? Third base, maybe? Well, then you got Sano. And I actually really like Sano at first base. I don't know if we really need Crone or not, but if Sano's at first base and Arraez goes to third base, where do you put him? The DH spot? Well, there's Nelson Cruz. So you're pushing him off, 2 or 3 more years where we have a spot open for Royce Lewis if he continues to climb, or even Nick Gordon if he gets up here. We've got these spots available for Royce Lewis, not so much Alex Kirilloff. I think it is a fine trade, since we're getting him for 3 years to get rid of Alex Kirilloff. That's a guy that could really help us out, but I just don't know if, because we got to give something up for him, right? You've got to give to get. And if we're going to get Syndergaard, we've got to give something up. I think it's a good trade to get rid of Kirilloff. If you want to get rid of Nick Gordon too, or somebody else like that, throw in another pitching prospect, not, our top guys, but, somebody else, so be it. I think it's a good idea. I really like this trade because we're not giving up too much for it. We get him under control, and we're still setting up for the future, right? It's not like we're just getting Syndergaard until the end of the year. We're getting him for 3.5 full more seasons at least, right? Who knows? I mean, that puts him at 30 years. He could still get another 3 to 4 year contract if the Twins wanted to sign him again. But that is a huge trade. I hope we could get him. I really do. I'm so excited about this. But again, this cannot be the only trade we make. We've got to go out and make a couple of more moves, particularly in the bullpen. But this is great. I love this trade. I want to know what you guys think. I'm so excited about it. But again, this is just my opinion. I want to know what you guys think. If you guys think this is a stupid, bad trade, let me know. If you guys think this is the greatest trade the Twins can make, again, let me know. But that's all I got for you today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already for more Twins updates on trades and game review stuff. But that's all I got for you today. If you missed yesterday's video, click above my head, and we'll see you next time.